Hello everyone!
I bite at the hand that feeds me, slap at the face that eats me, some kind of animal, cannibal.
Today I'm doing a high school drama story time, and get ready with me. And this specific story time is how my entire ex-friend group became friends with my sexual assaulter. And of course, I'm not gonna use their actual names except for my sexual assaulter because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck! We're gonna use code names that I used in the Hangout video with Moss and Maston. And I'm probably gonna add a couple more, but yeah. So, let's get into it. So, in 6th grade, I moved here. And I was so terrified. Let's start with that. I have really bad anxiety, right? But back then, it was so much worse. Yeah, we're looking rough right now because I gotta pin back the bangs. Pin them back. I'm using this Wet n Wild face primer. So, middle school, I moved here, and my first friend was my sexual assaulter, which is so cool. And we're gonna refer to her by her name because it's easier, also. And I don't want to keep saying my sexual assaulter, my sexual assaulter, my sexual assaulter. Like, bro, we get it. We get it. So her name's Josephine Winisco. Just say that out loud. No bleeps, no bloops. That's how it is. And, she came up to me and was like, oh my god, we have the same middle name. Which makes me love my middle name just a little bit more, you know? I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. She was like, want to be friends? And I was like, meanwhile, in elementary school, no friends. It was so hard to make any friends. And this person just comes up to me and asks me to be, like, if I want to be friends based off our middle name. Of fucking course, I'm going to say yeah. So, we stayed friends all throughout middle school, and we're friends for like 3 years, dude. And during these 3 years, I was a lesbian at the time. Well, I identified as a lesbian at the time. 3 years down the line, I started developing feelings for her, and I planned this like really romantic thing. I was like, oh, yeah, this is how I'm gonna, like, big brain. I'm so romantic. Meanwhile, this is like my first actual relationship. You know what I mean? Like, actual, which is not a good basis for all my relationships. The romantic setting I had planned was to, there's like this, I don't know, rocky mountain behind like my old house. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take her up there. I'm gonna confess my feelings. It's gonna be so romantic, the sunset and everything, like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna eat this one up. So, you know, do all that. I'm like, hey, yeah, I like you. I've liked you for a while. And what does she do? Say, oh my god, I like you too? What does she do? Reject me? No, she just kisses me. Just leans in, kisses me. The kiss, not good. She used all her teeth. Literally, like, chewed my lips off. I was like, oh. Okay, I guess you like me. Her teeth were, like, clicking against mine. Like, it hurt. It hurt. When we were dating, I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. Going on ice cream dates, like, this is so cute. And then, one night, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna plan this super cool sleepover with her. We're going to watch Unis Honest, because that was, like, my shit. That was her shit. That was our shit. We're going to make a fort. We're gonna watch it in the fort. It's gonna be so fun. And yeah, basically I just like watch stuff until we go to sleep. And she didn't want to do any of that. She did not want to do a single thing. And I was like, oh. And we were about to go to sleep. We were neighbor watching, which it doesn't sound that fun, but it was kind of fun. And then yeah, things unfolded. Meanwhile, this is a keynote. She hid our relationship from everyone. She didn't want to come out and say that she was dating a girl. Which I'm not, guys. But at the time, we were only like, I won't even say like a month in, and she was asking to go all the way. Like, we barely even kissed. Like, she didn't even tell her parents. I was like, the fuck? No. And she was like, please, come on, please. And I was like, I'm tired, we should just go to bed. We should go back to neighbor watching, do anything but that. And she's like, yeah, no, I want to. And I was like, so you're not gonna let me go to sleep until I say yeah. Cool. So then that unfolded, and I don't really want to get into that on YouTube. Then, moving on. During like 2020, I had a friend group that was like basically the 2020 friend group. Like, if you could imagine how toxic those friend groups were, like, those TikTok videos that are like, POV, you're in a Discord group chat in 2020. That's basically how it was in real life. It was really toxic. I'm gonna give everyone code names because I don't really feel like using their actual names if they see this video, which if they do, hi, go fuck yourself, or watch the video, I guess. So there's Fly, Lima, Jake, and is that it? Like a couple other people. Oh, and Dog, and a couple other people in a 2020 friend group. Hello. Why do I have whiskers? My ex, Dog and Fly, all cousins, which is so crazy to me. Like, damn, what was the genetic failure in that family? I don't know, but they all got it. So, we're all like a friend group now. We're hanging out often. It's very toxic. Like, there's arguments in our group chat, like, all the fucking time. The biggest argument that we had was, Lima saying that they like to fuck babies on camera. We were just recording a little video, sitting at the park bench, just recording around, just like, everyone introduce yourself. Lima decides to say, hi, I'm Lima, and I like to fuck babies. Duh! I didn't hear, because I'm yapping off in the corner. But, Dog actually called them out and was like, in the group chat, was like, dude, you can't fucking say that. Like, we have the video. Like, you fucking said that. You can't say that. And Lima would always excuse everything with, I'm autistic, so, well, I can't control it. I'm autistic. And we were just like, dude, you can't say that. That's not something that's okay to say. Like, in what universe is that okay to say because you're autistic? Not this one. When Fly starts saying some crazy things. Like, for example, one day, Fly said to Rock, we're gonna call her, which is another person that was in the friend group later, but Fly said to Rock one day, yeah, having sex with my partner is like lesbian stuff. Meanwhile, Jake is a trans man. Like, you cannot, like, you're trans, like, they're non-binary, so, why would you say that and, like, purposefully, not really misgender, but, like, that's gotta make Jake feel dysphoric. Talking about the relationship, I feel like it was very, I don't know how to say this, abusive? Slightly, because I don't know why, but for some reason, Jake would act like a completely different person when Fly wasn't in the room. One day, right, me, Moss, Fly, Jake, we're like besties. We're like that. And we go to Wendy's. Fly and Moss decide to go in. by themselves. Me and Jake are sitting in the car in the back seat. We're listening to Five Nights at Freddy's, blasting it, rocking the seats back and forth, fucking screaming it, like, never seen a smile on his face bigger. As soon as Fly gets back in the car, quiet. Jake's quiet the entire car ride. Just like, I've never seen him more depressed. Why? Why is that? Why is that? Maybe because there's a little bit of controlling abusiveness in there. But that's not my business. What is my business, however, is later on in the night when Jake decides, oh, it's time to go home, like I have to go back home. Soon as he leaves the car, Fly turns around to Moss and myself and says, guys, I have to tell you something. We're looking at each other like, the fuck? Fly goes, I cheated on Jake, and I didn't tell him yet. Why are you telling me and Moss? What the fuck? We are not your relationship, like, fucking supervisors. We're, like, looking at each other like, what the fuck? And Fly's just telling us about how they were in a poly relationship, but Jake didn't want to be, but Fly wanted to be, and then did stuff outside of in the poly relationship, but Jake didn't want to be a part of. So I feel like at the end of the day, if anything, I don't know if it's an abusive relationship because they're still together. I'm like 90% sure that they're still together. And even if they were to break up, I feel like they would stay friends, so honestly, I don't even care. But it was still wild to hear that firsthand, that they didn't even tell their partner, and they're telling us. Like, that's not our problem. That's just not my problem. Fly is also one of the first people I decided to tell. Actually, might have been the first person I decided to tell about the Josephine situation. And I think they were the one that actually made me realize that that's what happened. Like, actually fucking insane, considering how they are also one of the first people who decided to become friends with her after I told them about it. If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 3 nickels. It's not a lot. It's weird that it happened 3 times. Actually, I don't even know if it happened 3 times. It's probably more than that, but probably more than that. There's also people that were friends with her in middle school, like a part of that friend group, that just decided to stay friends with her because they've been friends with her for so long. I don't understand how that makes sense in any kind of sense. It does not matter how long I've been friends with you. If you do something horrendous, I'm gonna stop being friends with you because of that reason. And that's a very valid reason to not be friends with someone. Like, I don't understand how that's a big deal. Like, I genuinely don't. I get, like, having good memories together. I've had good memories with her. But because she did that horrendous thing, I couldn't even be in a classroom with her without having a panic attack. And people don't realize how fucking serious it is. It actually pisses me off to this point. Like, I used to cry about it. But now I'm just mad. That's why I'm making this video. Because that anger won't leave my body. So, you know what? I'm gonna do something with it. Because I'm not gonna fucking stay mad. I'm just gonna let it all out and be a silly goose, I guess. Who should I talk about next? Dog. Let's talk about Dog. So, Dog is, like, the definition of a pick-me boy, which I kind of talked about in the Hangout video, but he would always, like, it was so frustrating being friends with people that were so negative, like Fly and Dog. Dog would literally just tell you to your face that you aren't friends, basically. He would be like, I have no friends. And I'd be sitting there like, fuck am I? Like, what the? We're not friends? Like, it was genuinely upsetting because that's what I heard. Like, whenever he said that, I would just be like, so we're not friends? Like, I don't want to be like one of my chopped liver, because that was really just feeding into what he was saying more. Also, he was the friend I've had the longest out of that friend group. And then we stopped being friends because of my ex, I think. Like, both of my exes, basically. He literally flat out ignored me when I got back with my ex the one time. which was so good for my BPD. Like, actually, like, genuinely, like, the best thing ever. Not genuinely. I'm lying, guys. Does that look weird? That looks weird. I'm gonna blend that out a little bit more. It's so hard to focus on the timeline while also doing trad goth makeup, because I don't do trad goth makeup that much. It's hard. I actually don't think this is looking good. I look like a chipmunk. Where are my makeup wipes? What was I talking about? When I got back with my ex, he ignored me. And another time, when I was with the ex that I got back with, he literally made fun of me behind my back to my face with one of the other friends that we had, which I'll just call him Ginger because obvious reasons. No hate against him. He wasn't that bad. I mean, he was kind of bad, but not as bad. That's kind of a lot of the people in this story. Like, they're kind of bad, but they're not as bad as the other people. The other people are horrendous, you know? We were all at the cafe. It was a cafe. That's, like, down there. And we would hang out there a lot because the drinks were really cheap, and it was a really nice place to hang out. Unfortunately, they kind of ruined that. But I still go there sometimes because the drinks are really good, and they're really cheap. I said something. I don't even remember what I said, but apparently it was a good basis for a really funny joke because I said it and Doug, like, his face lit up and he looked down and he started typing and then he, like, nudged Ginger and was like, while I'm still talking, I'm sitting there, like, talking and I'm like, like, fading out because they're not listening, not even paying attention to what I'm saying. They're, like, not even listening to me, which is really cool. And I'm just, like, fading out. I'm like, okay. I'll just shut up now. And I'm like, what's funny, guys? Like, what's so funny that you're interrupting what I'm saying right now while I'm talking to you? And, actually, I said, what is it? Is it like a meme? And, they're not even listening to me right now. This feels like a horror movie in my eyes, like my anxiety horror movie. And Ginger looks down at his phone and goes, ha ha ha, like a hyena, like, laughing so loud people are looking, and I'm just, like, sitting there, like, shriveling up, like, guys, what's funny? Dog keeps being like, nothing, like, it's I can't show you, blah, 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 and I was like, oh, okay, and I went silent, and I was like, because I know they're talking about me. Like, it's not discreet. It's not discreet in the slightest. Dog was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And Ginger's like, what's wrong? Come on, what's wrong? Like, you're obviously being different. I'm like, nothing's wrong. Because if you're not going to tell me that, I'm not going to tell you what's wrong. And then later, in the group chat, I was like, hey, guys, be honest. Were you making fun of me then? And Dog was like, yeah, I'll be honest, we were. And I was like, okay. So I stopped being friends with them. And then I tried being friends with them again. But because of breaking up with that ex and being with someone new, I was just like, I can't handle this. And like, my ex, not the one before, the one that I was dating at the time, like, basically texted him and was like, Max is done being friends with you. Just spiraled into him being like, I don't fucking care, and was texting me and being like, why the fuck are you not being friends with me? And I was like, dude, I don't have the time to argue with you. Like, I don't have the energy. Just leave me alone. And he was like, so our friendship means nothing to you? And I was like, I wanted to be like, yeah, basically, but I didn't. And after that, even though he reassured me so many times, he was like, you know how it is. Even though he said all of that, he still went and I don't know if I would say became friends with my sexual assaulter, but there was, like, an event where they hung out together and took a picture together, which still hurts, you know? Like, that's still kind of fucked up, kind of a lot. There's another person in this story, what did I call her? Mary, Jesus freak, that person. She literally told me that Josephine tried to do the same thing that happened with me to someone else. Like, went through the dating them but not coming out yet and like all of that, and then they broke up before something like that could happen. So the same thing was happening again, and still no one decided to not be friends with her. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's flies to shit, but I pointed out the shit and the flies were like, aye aye, Captain. Moving on to the next people. There's someone, I don't know if I'm going to use a code name for her because she does have a platform on here. She has a YouTube channel, and do I want to expose her? Maybe a little bit. I don't know if I should make it rhyme with her name, or if I should... We'll call her Patrick, because she was basically living under a rock. The rock from last time, right? When I started talking about rock, she was a part of that friend group with like Dog and Ginger. We were all like a friend group that broke off from the original friend group, and then we were all like making fun of them, like, haha, they're so... Remember when this happened? Yeah, they're such bad people, blah, 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 blah. Even though they're also bad people. Because later on, when I was not being friends with them anymore, Rock and Patrick and someone else, I don't even know who they were, literally went on a beach day trip. And while they were on a beach day trip, which she literally made a video about, while they were, chilling at the beach, they decided to text me through Patrick's phone, which it was basically just Rock texting me, being like, hey, it's me, Rock, just hopping back in to see how you're doing. And I was worried about you because a lot of people have been saying that you really hurt them. And I was like, the fuck? Because I'm friends with Patrick through Maston, right? Like, they were friends like that, like inseparable. And all of a sudden, this is happening to me. I'm not even that close with Patrick. And Rock's like, I'm worried about you because you've been talking, like, hurting a lot of people. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, I stopped being friends with Dog a while ago. This is really out of nowhere. Like, I just woke up. And, I'm like, the fuck? Who did I hurt? Like, I don't know why you're saying this when you were literally the worst person to me ever. I thought I didn't, but I actually did take pictures of my phone of the conversations, but my phone was really cracked at the time. You guys can pause to read this one because it's not as blurry as the other ones, but I literally forgot that she called Josephine hot to my face, and she doubled down on it. She also, at the time, asked me if she could ask for her number, and just like Josephine, even though I said no, she still did it. And here's the rest of that text. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You hurt more people than me. Because another person I'd like to introduce is Leah, which rhymes with the other girl's name. And she dated Rock. They dated. Rock was really toxic towards Leah. At least that's what Leah told us. I don't even know if I can trust Leah now, but... that's what Leah told me and Moss. See, the thing is, she could have dropped it here with me saying that I was fine and I don't need her concern. Even though me saying, like, her talking to me was making me not okay, she still keeps talking to me and she's like, I don't want to ever make you feel bad. But that literally changes later on. Sorry if I sound really manic here. I was really upset that she was texting me in the first place. She honestly had an okay response here. I was just crazy. No idea what she was saying in that last sentence, but if you thought I was crazy then, I got crazier. Really? Huh. Maybe I was her when I told her no and still had fingers put in me. Is your head decorative? Rock was like, I know I did, like, fucked up things, but that's not the point. Like, you're a bad person. And I was like, okay, who did I hurt? And she was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, who did I hurt? Who did I hurt? And you know what this bitch says? That I hurt Josephine. Duh! I hurt my sexual assaulter. By what? Telling people about her? It's what she fucking did. And then she also brought up the other person that was there. Not Patrick. The other person that was there that I didn't even know. And I was like, what are you talking about? I did not do anything. And she was like, you and Dog, like, both talk shit about her. And I was like, first of all, I never talk shit about her. Second of all, Dog literally was worried about her because she thought that you were a bad friend to her. And third of all, why are you mad at me and not Dog? The fuck?
The receipts, and it also makes me so mad when people say they've heard both sides. Like, bro, you obviously aren't listening to my side very well then. Also, the people they were in contact with were the people who stayed friends with Josephine from middle school. So that's so cool. And then again, me asking her to leave me alone, and then she just keeps going, and yeah. Again, this one's really long, so pause to read. I have to split it in 2 parts too. And also, this took so long, you can literally see it's dark in my room now. It's actually crazy to me that they were on a beach day trip when all of this was happening. Me too, Steve Harvey. Me too.
Like, everyone was telling me that I really hurt her reputation and shit, and I was like, good. Like, what the fuck you want me to say? Oh no, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Bitch, I meant for it to happen. Duh. Basically, the argument just, she kept bringing up points that made no fucking sense, and I was like, I'm not gonna argue with you, because this is fucking, rage bait at this point. Like, I'm not fucking dealing with this shit anymore. And then later on, I was like, yo, Patrick, let me know when you get home, because I'm fucking talking to you. She was like, okay, almost home, and I was like, okay. She was like, I'm home. I was like, I can't fucking be friends with you if you're gonna let people do this shit like that to me. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She was like, well, I don't really care because I was more friends with Rock anyway than you. I was like, okay. Fuck you too then. Like, just admit you're a bad person. Like, the fuck. She also did really fucked up shit to Maston. I should just let Maston talk about that. Maston's gotta make a YouTube channel so she can talk about that. But, did fucked up shit. Was really fucking awful to Maston throughout their entire friendship. And now coming at me being like, you're a bad friend. You're a bad friend. And I'm like, bitch, look at you. Look at you. I kind of want to out her, but I'm not gonna, because I'm a nice person. Just kidding. It's just because I don't want to fucking deal with that. Let's talk about Leah now, because, like I said, Rock, the way me and Leah's friendship and Moss, we were all friends. We basically called Leah our, third sibling that we didn't have. That's how close we were. Next thing we know, fucking Leah's in this relationship with this 16-year-old. She's 18. 16-year-old dude. And she basically is a housewife to a 16-year-old. I'd be fucking miserable. And basically that's how she is, because she's making TikTok videos of us left and right. I might put a couple up and just blur her face out because it's actually fucking insane the way she's, talking about us.
She also kept everyone's hair in, even the people that weren't a part of the situation from this picture, and Mary even recognized us and decided to say something about my situation.
The reason she's talking so much about us is because she knew that me and Moss, first of all, I'm not diagnosed, by the way, but I'm pretty sure I have an ED called ARFID, and I've been like that my entire life, and that's how it is. It's either that or just autism, but I don't want to say that, so I'm saying it's ARFID. I smoke because it helps me eat, because when I need to eat, I need to crave something to be able to eat, if that makes sense. And, doing a little devil's lettuce really helps me, be able to figure out specifically what I want to eat, and it makes that process go a lot faster. It makes me not, starve myself, basically. She knew that me and Moss both smoke. Moss has their own reasons, sleeping and eating and, all anxiety, all that good stuff. And we never pressured her to smoke. We were like, you can be with us while we're smoking. You can, go in the other room. It doesn't really matter. But this one day, she's like, yeah, I want to. Yeah, I will just a little bit. And I was like, okay, if you want to. The whole time we were like, if you want to. We don't want to pressure you. She was like, yeah, I think I will. And we were like, all right, pop off. Diva is a female version of a hustler. So we take a picture and we're like, sesh time. And I don't know if I don't know if it was me that posted it, because I don't have her 16-year-old boyfriend on my Snapchat, obviously. And I don't think Moss does either. Maybe she posted, I think she might have, took a screenshot from one of our stories and been, hanging out with the bros. And he saw it and started freaking out on her, being like, what the fuck, you're throwing your life down the drain, which is exactly how her mother is, that she complained about the entire fucking time we were friends. Being like, oh, my mom's so controlling, she's so awful. And then you get with someone that's the 16-year-old version of your mom. Crazy to me. Not my place. But he was freaking out on her the same way that her mom freaks out on her. And we literally, like, walked her around, like, comforted her. We were like, he's really controlling, like, he's not good for you, blah, 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 blah. She was like, I know. And then she lies to him and says, I didn't smoke. And he was like, you better not be lying to me. And she was like, I'm not. Which is so good for a healthy relationship. Not my spot, not my place to be. Oh my god! Girl, what the fuck? Then she's ignoring me and Moss for weeks. Like, months, weeks. I don't fucking know how long it's been. It was a while. And we were like, the fuck did we do? So we're like, girl, why are you ignoring us? Because Moss was really fucking upset about this. And Moss was texting her being like, yo, the fuck? And Leah's like, yeah, I was ignoring you. Because, I just don't think I want to be around people that smoke and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, that was your fucking decision. And you decided to fucking lie to your boyfriend. And now you feel fucking guilty about it. I might have gotten slightly carried away. We have a special guest. Say hi. Hey, great. I completely forgot that I was telling a drama story time. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I think that was all the drama. Well, actually, there's another thing. There's this girl named Ella. Well, that's not her actual name. But she is the biggest pick-me I have ever met. We had another class together. It was like, what was it called? I don't know. It was a math class. And we sat together, and I told her about Josephine again. She was like, oh my god, I don't even know who that is, but... What was I saying? That sneeze really, like, messed up my thoughts. Oh, and then she became friends with Josephine. After I told her. Which, second person to do that, I think. Oh, and she also tried to get with my ex while me and him were on a break, and then I had, like, so much resentment towards her because of those two things. And she also is my boyfriend's ex. And then she messaged me saying that she wanted one of her hoodies back that he had, and was obviously trying to get me to be like, he obviously still likes me, because she was like, I mean, why would he even want my hoodie still? And I was like, I'm pretty sure he gave it away. But in the text I said, I'm pretty sure he pissed on it and gave it away, but that was a different hoodie that he pissed and burned on. He pissed on and burned it. She was like, wow, what, like, some friend he is. And I was like, some friend you are? Like, what do you mean? Why are you talking about better friends when you literally did that? And you know what she said back? Womp womp. So, me having a fucking manic crash out, like literally like BPD fucking crash out, I made another Instagram profile to basically just like dunk on her and start memeing on her. And Maston and Moss decided to, when I told them about it, they decided to go under one of her posts that was like, best boyfriend ever, or something like that. And they were like, I don't know, they kept saying something. They said something. They both like commented the same thing, and then I commented the same thing under the account, I think. And then she replied saying a bunch of things. It was like a big argument, big drama argument. One of my friends that was like mutual friends with her and Josephine, which they were like friends since middle school, so I was like, okay, whatever. Called me childish about it, even though she literally said womp womp to that. Like, How am I the childish one, actually? I was like, okay, fuck you too. Go kill yourself. I'm pretty sure I literally told her to kill yourself, so. Diva is a female version of a hustler. Someone made an edit of me under that. I would probably cry and scream and shout and let it all out and scream and shout and let it all out. Maybe use it as my intro. That'd be kind of cool. Just saying. I feel like my makeup doesn't really look that good. I don't know. I'm gonna put lashes on and then do my under eye and then probably come back. It doesn't really look that good though. Alright. Here is the finished makeup look with the finished outfit. Pretty fire stuff, guys.
They were called freaks. And instead of going meow, they went freaking.
I was recording a video of Nick.
Did you put a girl on? I always put girl on. Not yet. No. You putting girls on? I put girls on daily.
Whoa, man.
My eyes are so red.
Am I cooked?
Chat, are we cooked?
The fit.
I got a dinosaur sweater.
The fit.
You're shaking too much.
Where's your fit?
You can't even see my
fit.
The fit.
That's fucking awesome.
I can't.
Max, you want more?
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much the whole video. So, bye-bye!